Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, November 9th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 652 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Fox 5 weather forecast for Tuesday, November 9th. Tuvalu is sinking, island nation threatened by sea level rise looks for salvation. AOC's woke whine is why the Dems cannot stop losing. Kellyanne Conway resurfaces with her most brazen Trump lie yet. Teen driver who hit cyclists while rolling coal on them faces felony charges in Texas. Tucker proves he's completely ignorant of history with a judge attack. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez responds after Rep. Paul Gosar shared a violent anime edited to include her. This dude is just a collection of wet toothpicks. Journalist reveals key Capitol riot evidence Mike Pence is trying to keep hidden. Wild honeybees believed to have been wiped out discovered in ancient woodlands. New son disappears for more than a week, reportedly props up at oil heiress wedding. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. COVID-19 live updates, vaccines, travel restrictions and the latest, The New York Times. Alec Baldwin's idiotic call for more police on movie sets after his Rust shooting, The Daily Beast. Astro World security guard felt unprepared, training day before festival, TMZ. Metallurgist admits faking steel test results for U.S. Navy subs, BBC News. SoftBank shares jump 11% on $9 BLN buyback, Reuters. Chicago Bears LB Cassius Marsh says he was hip-checked by ref before being hit with taunting penalty, incredibly inappropriate, SBN.com. Steph Curry posts first 50-point, 10-assist game of career, passes Wilt Chamberlain as oldest player to do so, CBS Sports. Biden asking Democrats do so much with so little in Congress, Associated Press. Nikola Jokic lays out Markieff Morris with cheap shot in wild scene, New York Post. SpaceX carries NASA astronaut mission home with safe water landing, The New York Times. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Trichologists explain when you should be worried about your hair loss. 10 ways therapists personally deal with SAD. Biden promised to take on Saudi Arabia over Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudis won. 9 store-bought Thanksgiving shortcuts that chefs love or hate. Big Bird comes up with scathing new name for Senator Ted Cruz in Late Show parody. Rep. Adam Kinzinger reportedly considered using his gun during U.S. Capitol riot. Stephen Colbert trolls Senator Ted Cruz with a blunt 2-letter comeback. Teen driver who hit cyclists while rolling coal on them faces felony charges in Texas. Democrats, critics call for action against Rep. Paul Gosar over grotesque post. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Detroit police searching for missing 17-year-old. Roger Stone threatens to run for Florida governor. Carjacking suspects in custody after police chase. Classmates and staff mourn death of student. Police, 3 officers shot, suspect arrested. Community rallies around pizzeria after fire. Feral hogs reportedly growing in North Texas. Group calls for community cash mod to help clothing shop recover. Nonprofit director indicted on theft charges. Dozens displaced after blaze scorches apartment. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Singapore to end free COVID care for those unvaccinated by choice. India risks COVID-19 complacency after its vaccine campaign. Nimble Will Nomad becomes the oldest person to hike the Appalachian Trail. Liberal hypocrisy is fueling inequality. The 1619 Project and the long battle over U.S. history. The biggest kink in America's supply chain, not enough truckers. Free Joe Biden, Sean Maloney on how Democrats can get back on track. 15-minute grocery delivery has come to New York City. Not everyone is happy. Black voters in Minneapolis wanted better policing, not posturing by progressives. What structural racism really means. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, November 9th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. All frontline NHS staff in England will need to be fully vaccinated against COVID by next spring. Dominic Raab defends Tory MP's legal work in Caribbean tax haven. Huntswoman caught on camera kicking and slapping horses married primary school teacher. How second-hand car sales are enjoying a 1980s-style Boise boom. Susanna Reid apologizes for asking a lesbian couple who will be mum. Full story of the 57-hour ordeal to save stricken caver in the Brecon Beacons. Mother describes brutal heartbreak after IVF clinic mixed up embryos and she raised another baby. Katya Jones had furious backstage meltdown before Strictly exit. Woman whose ill health caused her to lose her teeth and suffer hair loss looks unrecognizable. Red Wall Tories turn on Boris over common sleaze debacle. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Joe Who, Obama, as star power still dominates the world stage. Man with knife threatens passers-by in Norway, is shot dead. Trevor Reed, former Marine in Russian prison, goes on hunger strike over rights violations. Harnessing the energy of the ocean to power homes, planes and whiskey distilleries. Singapore delays appeal hearing on disabled man's execution. Denmark wants to reintroduce phased-out coronavirus pass. Fire sweeps through Niger preschool, killing at least 25 children. Migrants camp overnight at Polish border after tense day. Olympian murderer Oscar Pistorius, up for parole, may meet with slain girlfriend's parents. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Europe must seize this chance to help restore democracy in Hungary. Timothy Gartnash. Dean Stockwell, Quantum Leap and Blue Velvet actor, dies aged 85. Imran Khan is crushing the poor, anger rises as inflation grips Pakistan. Trump throws sand in gears of Capitol attack inquiry amid legal setbacks. Loved ones reunited at US Mexico border as COVID travel restrictions lifted. New Yorkers reject expanded voting access in stunning result. Being Britney by Jennifer Otterbeker. Review, one more time. Youngkin played the race card in Virginia, no Trump cards needed. Michael Harriot. Northern California sees more and more fire weather days, data shows. Astroworld disaster fuels wave of satanic conspiracy theories on TikTok. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Man with knife attacks passers-by in Norway, is shot dead. Biden pair sales pitch with victory lap, The Note. Lessons from a violence interrupter as shootings continue to ravage Chicago. Fire sweeps through school in Niger, killing 20 children. Cyprus to try as hitmen allegedly targeting Israelis. Franklin Graham undergoes heart surgery at Mayo Clinic. Alaska supermarket shooting suspect charged with murder. Robinhood hit by data breach exposing users' emails, names. Key takeaways from Day 5 of Kyle Rittenhouse homicide trial. Former U.S. Marine detained by Russia goes on hunger strike to protest treatment. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Belarus migrants, Poland fears armed border escalation. Sierra Leone tanker explosion, survivors try to rebuild lives. Man shot by Kyle Rittenhouse says he pointed own gun amid fears for life. Metallurgist admits faking steel test results for U.S. Navy subs. U.S. couple on alleged IVF swap, our memories of childbirth will always be tainted. Naginthran, family prays for miracle to halt execution of man with low IQ. Astroworld, Travis Scott and Drake sued over deadly U.S. festival crush. Hundreds of migrants at Belarus border with Poland. Evergrande, crisis hit developer raises more cash as new deadline looms. California couple sue clinic for alleged IVF swap horror. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Grassroots campaign to vaccinate children of color, college hoops begins, 5 Things podcast. Are black militias a new phenomenon? The history of black armed self-defense. The day in pictures. Morgues in Romania struggle with pandemic dead. SpaceX returns 4 astronauts back to Earth, ending nearly 200-day flight. SpaceX capsule returns to Earth with 4 astronauts. Federal lawyers say vaccine rules should remain while cases play out in court. COVID-19 updates. On this day, November 9, 2004. No hands, lean off a NYC skyscraper. AP Top Stories November 9. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. COVID-19 hospitalizations rising in parts of California, a potentially ominous sign. Podcast, Why This USC Fraternity Scandal is Different. They live rent-free on San Francisco Bay, but now their floating homeless encampment faces extinction. If California yanks Junipero Serra's statue from the U.S. Capitol, who should replace him? Vanessa Bryant lawyers argue jury should assume crash photos were widely shared. Norwalk foster mom charged with child abuse and assault on 4-year-old. Mark Ridley Thomas cannot vote on LA's new redistricting map. That has some worried. LA County Sheriff's watchdogs say Inspector General should review bike stops. Nightmare IVF mix-up leaves LA couple giving birth to other family's baby. Thousands protest COVID-19 vaccination mandates as LA's verification rules kick in. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, November 9, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Australia's climate policies have been ranked last out of 64 countries in the latest Climate Change Performance Index. Rwanda goes electric with locally made motorbikes. British Columbia is shutting down its fur farming industry. British Columbia will phase out its existing fur farming industry due to the COVID-19 risk posed by mink farms. Israeli MKs submit bill to recognize Armenian genocide. Germany urges unity as crisis worsens for migrants at Poland-Belarus border. Minsk committing crimes against humanity, says Lithuanian PM. Belarus government moves to stamp out remaining independent media. Poland warns of armed attempts on its border as Germany urges EU to act. COVID-19, vaccines to be compulsory for frontline NHS staff in England. Rolls-Royce gets funding to develop mini nuclear reactors. At least a quarter of Tory MPs have second jobs, earning $5M a year. China calls for concrete action, not distant targets in last week of COP26. Lithuania moved to declare state of emergency on border with Belarus. The next headlines are from Forbes. An answer to the U.S. Navy ship shortfall is staring it in the face, a new frigate. Helion Energy raises $500 million on the fusion power of stars. Supply chain crisis hits home, with 2 billion out-of-stock messages in October. Spider-Man, No Way Home leak reveals cameo you don't want to know about. General Electric shares jump as firm plans to split into 3 public companies. Predicting landing spots, contracts for top free agents such as Carlos Correa. Procurement in the supply chain crisis. Climate action at speed and scale for net zero by 2050, Q+A with venture capitalist John Doerr. Could U.S. natural gas prices crash? How exponential technologies are shaping the future of healthcare. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Japan, prize diversity, not conformity, to boost research. The COVID pandemic has harmed researcher productivity and mental health. An expanding molecular toolbox untangles neural circuits. Simplify drug labeling to show benefits clearly. Remembering a great friend of Nature I. Replication efforts have limited epistemic value. Are mothers too easy to blame? How protein-based COVID vaccines could change the pandemic. COP26 scientist, how much carbon can the ocean absorb? Audio long read, how dangerous is Africa's explosive Lake Kivu? The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,743,543,287 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Profits drop at Tencent Music as regulatory pinches failed. Middle East premiere of Joe Wright's Cyrano 2 opens Saudi Arabia's inaugural Red Sea Film Festival. Warner Media France appoints head of the local theatrical production. Netflix unveils huge expansion of Japanese content, greater emphasis on feature films. Left Elk star comedy Samuel's Travels sells to North America exclusive. Greek producers urge government to do more to build on rebate success. Murdered Harry Potter actor Robert Knox at center of new documentary, Woodcut International takes global rights exclusive. Dean Stockwell, Quantum Leap star, dead at 85. Drake breaks silence on Astroworld Festival deaths. Post Malone replaces Travis Scott in headlining slot at the Vegas Festival. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Story: General Electric plans to split into 3 public companies. Police say one man is tied to multiple murders in Missouri and Kansas. NBA stars are missing 3-pointers this season. Is a new ball really to blame? In Jupiter's swirling Great Red Spot, NASA spacecraft find hidden depths. A secret tape made after Columbine shows the NRA's evolution on school shootings. 4 astronauts splash down off Florida coast in SpaceX capsule. Photos, loved ones reunite as U.S. reopens to international travelers. The Milwaukee Bucks are the first NBA champions to visit the White House since 2016. A woman recalls the deadly car attack at the Charlottesville rally organizers' trial. Blocked for now, Biden's vaccine or test rule for workers faces uncertain future. The following headlines are from The Week. ABC's John Carl tells Colbert he thinks the January 6th committee will want to see Pence's secret White House photos. The Once and Future Idiot King. Astronauts splash down in SpaceX capsule after 200 days in space, 8 hours without a bathroom. Late night hosts mock Ted Cruz for picking a vaccine fight with Big Bird. Adorable rare leopard cub makes her debut at Santa Barbara Zoo. Ohio coach launches innovative soccer program for kids in Liberia. Travis Scott and Astroworld Festival promoter Live Nation both have checkered safety histories, records show. GOP Rep Paul Gutser posts doctored video depicting him killing Rep Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Capitol riot suspect is applying for asylum in Belarus, state media says. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Unchecked and unbalanced. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Court turns down Blue Origin's attempt to prevent SpaceX's lander contract. We now know exactly which crater the Martian meteorites came from. Astronomers measure the atmosphere on a planet hundreds of light years away. Finally, here's the video of Webb's unboxing. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, November 9th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Weird rocky exoplanets unlike any seen before. Moon, Saturn, Jupiter November 9th, 10th and 11th. Favorite moon and planet photos, so far. The next news is from Politico. In Bosnia, U.S. overtakes European Union as crisis boils. French Catholic Church offers own assets to compensate sex abuse victims. 5 takeaways from Facebook whistleblowers' EU Parliament testimony. Germany's likely government prepares new rules to handle rampant coronavirus. Trump makes, and loses, overnight the 2 block January 6th investigators. Biden plan to make unvaccinated workers pay for COVID testing could backfire. Dems weigh a GOP shutout in Maryland redistricting. The Senate's year-end to-do list is going to be a train wreck. Biden made huge promises to HBCUs. Can he sell its students on compromise? Judge lets claim against Trump's inaugural committee and private business move forward. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Australian weigh at cost of electric vehicle innovation. In the Herald, November 10, 1930. From the archives, 1872, Dr. Livingstone found alive. Centuria Industrial add $129.40 into asset base as the sector booms. Solido adds Carousel into the mix for $64 Net Zero Val fails to shift the dial as renewables investment stalls. Europe considering adopting Australia's foreign interference laws to counter China. Ex-Australian super boss wants Hawthorne out of pokies. New corporate climate reporting standard a game changer. Homebuyers load up on debt as rate rise gets closer. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Tesla director Kimball Musk sells nearly $110 million in stock. Nvidia seeks to lead gold rush into the metaverse with new AI tools. Palantir increases annual revenue guidance as earnings meet expectations. Metal stocks, gold futures edge back, jeopardize the recession run of gains. Futures movers, oil edges higher, with upside limited by potential U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve release. Bond report, Treasury yield slip ahead of a measure of U.S. wholesale inflation. The ratings game, Michael Kors is bouncing back and Versace is in vogue, driving optimism for Capri. Supply chain delays now could lead to discounts for shoppers down the line, analysts say. Oreo on the path to adding $1 billion in sales with help from its largest U.S. launch, Oreo X Parkman. Mark Hulbert, the best way to own Bitcoin now, buy and HODL. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Patents to come of age for nuclear fission, Lixology. Patent system should address blind spot around AI-generated inventions, KIPO Commissioner says I am. Ural Federal University, the world's most efficient and safe nuclear plants created with the participation of scientists and graduates of URFU, India Education Diary. House reintroduces bill to abolish PTAB, overturn Alice, Law 360. Innovation a product of knowledge, collaboration and time to think, UCF. GCANRS announces initiation of preclinical study for neuropsychiatric cannabinoid therapy, Yahoo Finance. The next headlines are from Quartz. Heinz grew Martian tomatoes that are good enough for ketchup. Private investors are finally rivaling public financing of fusion energy. Rivian prices its IPO. Can Egypt, host of next year's COP27, break its gas addiction? Twitter and Facebook are getting caught up in Ethiopia's conflict. The infrastructure bill makes crypto tax reporting failures a felony. Why Reliance is selling all of its shale gas business in the U.S. The UK will allow Indian travelers who got Covaxin to skip quarantine. Oat milk, don't call it creamy. These are the types of customer data Robinhood says were exposed in a cyber attack. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Institute for Justice survey shows how Philadelphia's forfeiture program preyed on poor minorities. Josh Hawley, the war on men, is driving them to porn and video games, things many men like. Congress tries to ram the ill-informed Inform Bill into the must-pass NDAA. Transparency activists dump 1.8 terabytes of police helicopter surveillance footage. Israeli malware merchants NSO Group, Kangaroo added to Commerce Department export blacklist. Daily Deal, the 2021 Complete CompTIA Certification Prep Super Bundle. Killing website comment sections wasn't a brilliant move many newsroom leaders assumed. Fifth Circuit says man cannot sue federal agencies for allegedly targeting him after he refused to be an FBI informant. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Vaccine mandate news. Andy McDowell. Najee Harris. Steelers. University of Austin. Kyle Rittenhouse. Pedro Feliciano. Astro World deaths. Eagles. Damon Arnett. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Belarus Lukashenko insists he is not a madman in first comments on Polish border crisis. Sin City, after Raiders lose stars to gun threats and fatal car crash, is Las Vegas and its temptations the problem? Russia should impose sanctions on those who hate its language and culture, nationalist MP. France gives up a part of looted colonial treasures. EU could pay Belarus to end migrant crisis, Russia suggests. Earth's first continent dated wrong all this time, study. People linked to can knife attacker shouting religious slogans arrested. Rising African cycling star dead at 21 after tragic training accident. Canada checks whether its soldiers train Ukrainian neo-Nazis. Boom bust explores whether China could ever quit coal. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Inflation expectations have become unanchored. Michael Burry claims Musk selling Tesla shares to cover personal debts. Rabobank, we all know that if stocks slump, the Fed will boost QE to push them back up. Tim Cook admits owning crypto, says reasonable holding in a diversified portfolio. Robinhood down, users unable to transfer money out. TSLA plummets, $150 billion in market cap gone in minutes. Did Elon start selling? Buchanan, did Glasgow deliver blah, blah, blah? Biden weighs tapping strategic reserves as he threatens OPEC Plus with undisclosed tools. Internal report, more than half of Border Patrol agents may be fired for being unvaccinated. Bond yields are tumbling as policy error panic resumes. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. advocates say Congress needs to act amid migrant arrivals. Dubai Developer Union Properties chairman detained amid probe. UAE Foreign Minister meets Syria's Assad in Damascus. UK, premature baby dies after mother contracts COVID-19. Inflation, U.S. wholesale prices hit record high in October. Iran's failure to tackle climate change, a question of priority. Jerusalem, Palestinians at risk of displacement due to demolition. U.S. Holocaust Museum says China may be committing genocide. Nigeria, separatist leader to appear in court for treason trial. Saudi Arabia's economy grows at fastest rate in nearly a decade. The next headlines are from Breitbart. GOP NH Governor Chris Sununu declines Senate race against Maggie Hassan. Revealed, Gavin Newsom skipped climate summit for billionaire royal heiress's wedding. Coldest winter ever joins genocide, pandemic on list of China Olympics woes. Obama 2.0, like his old boss, Biden blames gouging for high gas prices, forms task force headed by AG. Joe Biden brags about playing basketball with Xi Jinping to NBA champs. Bidenflation, producer prices soar at record 8.6% pace. Joe Biden delays signing infrastructure as Nancy Pelosi arrives at Glasgow Climate Summit. Sean Parnell abuse allegations hit buzzsaw. Pennsylvania Republican testifies wife presented photo of bruised child, who wasn't his. General Hospital star Ingo Rademacher pushes back, not okay to call a transgender an empowered woman. Baffled Barack Obama hails Scotland Emerald Isles in Glasgow climate speech. The next headlines are from UPI News. Lottery player's second look reveals $813,336 jackpot. Runaway trash can floats from South Carolina to Ireland. World's oldest conductor breaks his own record at 103. Watch, bear wanders through California neighborhood, swims in backyard pool. Watch, hikers share tense encounter with mountain lion in California. Watch, Georgia judge banishes elf on the shelf from his county. Watch, man catches 49 teeth in mouth in 1 minute for world record. Watch, California firefighters rescue deer from canal. 10-foot high gaming joystick named world's largest by Guinness World Records. Watch, moose takes run on South Dakota State University's football field. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 7, Army CIA unit studied the real UFO Blue Book cases. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. After noticing lack of good sticks at park, dad turns old tree branches into stick library for neighborhood dogs. 80-year-old powerlifter can still pump 800 pounds and inspire seniors to hit the gym. There's no link between exercise and developing arthritis in the knee. Early humans were serial heartbreakers. A known ghost ancestor appears in analysis of genome. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, November 9th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Irresistible to touch or like a large poo, latest Adelaide street sculpture delivers a real squirt. Woman charged for crying during surgery. Demi Lovato promotes Lizard War videos at hub for QAnon. Man charged with attempted murder after receiving wrong order of chicken wings. Half of these earwigs use their right penis, the other half use their left penis. Why? Man burst into flames after police used taser on him, authorities say. California parents sue after getting another couple's embryo. Two couples gave birth to each other's babies after a mix-up at a fertility clinic and spent months raising children that weren't theirs before swapping the infants. Heinz debuts Mars Edition ketchup made with tomatoes grown in Mars conditions. Man donated his body to science. Company sold $500 tickets to his dissection. French couple wins legal fight over wind turbine syndrome. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Gig startups want you to believe they can replace your job. Don't fall for it. Paging the plagiarism police. AI is getting better at writing students' essays. The Facebook whistleblowers must have rules to reign in social media. Here are 10 awesome deals on power generators and solar panels at special pre-Black Friday prices. Would you buy a car without its promised tech? BMW latest to make compromises due to chip shortage. Banks are becoming the top VCs of the fintech world. Here's why. Apple steals former Tesla Autopilot director for its Iker Dream Team. Here's why tech firms are issuing their devs the mighty M1 Max MacBooks. Clubhouse's new record feature turns your rooms into podcasts. How to successfully expand your brand into China. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Fat-secreted molecule lowers response to common cancer treatment. Anxiety effectively treated with exercise. Microbiome discovery could help save kids' hearing. Cellular aging, a basic paradox elucidated. An innovative imaging technique for dynamic optical nanothermometry. Lack of important molecule in red blood cells causes vascular damage in type 2 diabetes. Male and female guinea baboons equally successful as leaders. Climatic drivers of honeybee disease revealed. Bedtime linked with heart health. Blood plasma protein fibrinogen interacts directly with nerve cells to cause brain inflammation. The next headlines are from Information Week. 3 ways CDOs drive successful industrial digital transformation. AI, automation predictions for 2022, more big changes ahead. In a SaaS-powered world, change is the only constant. Data center TCO factors you cannot afford to overlook. 10 top skills for cloud computing. Microsoft CEO Nadella outlines forward-looking tech trends. How to prevent your next cybersecurity attack. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, November 9th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. Coverage update for NASA SpaceX Crew 3 briefings, events, broadcasts. Crew 2 astronauts safely splashed down in Gulf of Mexico. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Community mourns Utah 10-year-old who died by suicide after her mom says she was bullied for being black and autistic. Here's how many digital billboards are coming to Mill Creek. The number might surprise you. Utah redistricting's ground zero, 1 neighborhood, 3 congressional districts. Dixie State University has a deeply racist past. Will a name change help it heal? As Lake Powell shrinks, the Colorado River is coming back to life. The rundown, a Veterans Day school assembly goes sideways. Christmas stamps for Britain's Royal Mail come from an unlikely source, an LDS convert in Argentina. Letter, in what sane democracy would 30% of the population have no say in who represents them? Utah small businesses suffer as global supply chain breaks down. Letter, what's the deal with all these unmasked people on the tracks train? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Tim Cook has invested in cryptocurrency personally, but Apple has no immediate plans to do so. GE will split into 3 units, ending conglomerate for good. EU set to ban trading practice helping power meme stock mania. NVIDIA's Riva custom voice lets companies create custom voices powered by AI. Blind people won the right to break ebook DRM in 3 years, they'll have to do it again. Last of original SCO v IBM Linux lawsuit settled. Huawei offloads x86 business as it chases self-sufficiency. Unsealed emails show how J&J shaped report on talcs links to cancer. Japan to create scheme to subsidize domestic chip output. Transparency activists dump 1.8 terabytes of police helicopter surveillance footage. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Turtle soup threatens future of reptile in Missouri, 11 other states. Vote for the St. Louis Zoo in USA Today's 10 Best Holiday Zoo Lights list. Lanes close on HWY 15 in Belleville due to 3-vehicle crash. Burglary suspect running from police in a Belleville field. Family escapes a devastating Belleville home explosion with few injuries. Poo Patrol, dog DNA tests used to catch irresponsible owners. Jackson County, Mo man wins $2.4 million after wife makes him play lotto. Cub Scout troops camping trailer stolen in Macoupin County. Rep. Cori Bush defends her no vote on bipartisan infrastructure bill. Mother of 11-year-old Wentzville girl suffering from mercury poisoning speaks out. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Woman hit, killed on SR-78 identified. Firefighters find body after flames engulf home. Veterans, military can get free gas Tuesday. 84-year-old man reported missing from South Bay. Proposed ordinance seeks to regulate Chula Vista short-term rentals. 2 alleged sexual assault incidents reported at Cal State San Marcos. San Diego County Jail inmate falls ill, dies in hospital. SpaceX returns 4 astronauts including UCSD grad to Earth, ending 200-day flight. Group asks San Diego County judge to halt California school mask mandate. Invasion of privacy or crime prevention, Santee considers new camera program. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Warthog still ready for anything, A-10s put on impressive elephant walk. U.S. military uses New York to prepare for major military operations in cities. Israeli firm unveils first fully electric unmanned helicopter. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. After crackdowns, Beijing to issue licenses to resume after-school tutoring. China prepares to write Xi Jinping into history. Zhang Weili falls in split decision at UFC 268. A historic plenum, and what it means for U.S.-China relations. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, November 9, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Video shows robbers break into home of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star. Longtime General Hospital star fired after vaccine refusal, anti-trans meme. Dog finds body of missing Alaska man near hiking trail. Quantum Leap star Dean Stockwell dies at 85, reports. Meet the team bringing you Olympics coverage amid strict COVID-19 requirements. Downed tree, power line blocks CA1 in Point Reyes Station. Showers linger for morning commute. Rep. Gosar posts anime video showing him striking Biden, Ocasio-Cortez. Border reopening fails to bring throngs of visitors to U.S. on first day. California parents sue after realizing embryos were swapped. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Story: General Electric to split into 3 public companies. Bentley's 2 Buddhas, vintage car shop restores temple statue. Stocks move lower, putting long winning streak in jeopardy. UK publisher begins appeal over Meghan privacy lawsuit. Penguins settle suit over ex-Miners coach accused of assault. High Court to hear Texas case about prayer during executions. Better, WDCB to celebrate Public Radio Music Day. The latest, independent analysis still sees warming too high. Comcast internet services restored for many after morning outage. Round Lake man charged in crash that killed his mother. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Sarah Nelson appears likely to win open Seattle City Council seat, Teresa Mosqueda poised to defend hers. Report, Seattle South Lake Union among the top 20 U.S. neighborhoods in apartment growth. WSDOT staff shortage could mean longer closures, less plowing on Washington roads this winter. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Terry 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Sandra 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, November 9th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Winter is coming, global energy markets and the impact on national security. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Will Smith explains childhood trauma, unconventional marriage in new memoir. Taylor Dayne to headline Reliant Lights Mayor's Holiday Spectacular 2021. 9-year-old Ezra Blunt fighting for his life after being crushed at Astroworld Festival. IVF switched embryos, California parents sue after getting other couple's baby. Next front arrives on Veterans Day. Marine Corps celebrates 246th birthday, what to know about U.S. military branch. No tropical development expected in the Gulf. Victim's family hopes someone will turn in one of Texas' top 10 fugitives. North Carolina Chinese Lantern Festival. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo wants independent investigation into Astroworld Festival tragedy. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Review, Julia Child with a side of food and satisfying doc. Rhiannon Giddens, Lumineers join event for the environment. Sununu seeking 4th term as governor, won't challenge Hassan. Ideas for gifts worth keeping, or even passing down. Despite reopening, the U.S. is still closed to many in world. Column, golf stars should be paid more if they earn it. Ukraine hits another record for daily coronavirus deaths. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Early edition, remembering Alex Trebek and his ability to not make everything about himself. A Grubhub Guide to Crown Heights and Prospect Heights Eating. Queens to Melinda Katz moves to expunge 60 convictions linked to corrupt NYPD officers. Extra Extra, welcome to the University of Extra Extra, where the links are the professors. Staten Island drops charges against man following NYPD drug planting allegations. NY moves to crack down on robocalls, don't expect the scammers to go quietly. At some schools, overwhelming demand for kids' vaccines on first day of NYC public school vaccine clinics. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Early edition, welcome back, rich overseas tourists. Photos, jubilant crowds cheer on some 30,000 runners at 50th NYC Marathon. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. West of the Nile and around the Sud. Radical relook at drug policies puts human rights into equation. Indigenous peoples want to move towards clean energy sovereignty. Magical thinking on fertilizer and climate change. COP26, climate justice begins with the human right to water. Carbon tax overrated. Thousands flee Dr. Congo fighting for Uganda, UNHCR. UN's indispensable partners barred from entering Secretariat building. Optimizing sustainable groundwater management calls for a system-thinking approach. Ethiopia, future of Tigray and Horn of Africa in grave uncertainty. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. The Facebook team that tried to swing Nicaragua's election is full of U.S. spies. White House, CNN work with Sesame Street to shill COVID vax to kids. Company that paid largest healthcare fraud penalty in history claims its new COVID drug cuts hospitalization, death by 85%. FBI searches home of Project Veritas founder O'Keefe, neighbors. Bill Gates warns of smallpox bioterror attacks and urges world leaders to use germ games to prepare. Politics is a total sham, Aaron Rodgers destroys both parties, champions bodily autonomy, becomes uncancelable. Dallas police helicopter reveals disturbing pattern of public surveillance. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Congress mandates new car technology to stop drunken driving. Rep. Gaza under fire for NMA attacking Rep. Ocasio-Cortez. January 6 panel subpoena 6 more Trump associates in probe. No, the Astroworld tragedy wasn't the result of satanic rituals. Letter accuses Facebook of stealing Meta company's name and livelihood. Woman leaves house to neighbor ad is not a true story. Pick of gas generator charging Tesla wasn't shot in U.S. Game on, 9-foot video game joystick on record as largest. With a wink, judge fights tyranny of elf on the shelf. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Strong text from Prince Harry upset Meghan's ailing dad. Key GOP Senate Sean Parnell hopeful tells court he never strangled wife, hit kids. Astroworld, Travis Scott, and the deadly Pearl Jam concert we still haven't learned from. Damaged J.D. Vance ducks debates and blows financial report deadline. What happened when Me Too took down Mario Baddeley? Fringe ducks literally met at Horse Center to flog ivermectin. Israeli spyware firm NSO Group could soon be spilling its secrets. Bobcat Goldthwait and Dana Gould hated each other's comedy, now they cannot get enough. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Robinhood stock drops after hackers stole info on 7 million users. Even Steelers fan page SP Ironic is slamming trash officiating against theirs. Max Cleland, former U.S. Senator and Vietnam veteran, dead at 79. Cody Rigsby contemplated quitting Dancing with the Stars. Videos, Travis Scott urged crowd to storm stage, ignored fallen fan at past shows. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Snapshot Alma spots moon-forming disk around distant exoplanet. The first space hotel plans to open in 2027. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Emissions drastically underreported, Washington Post investigation finds. 4 space station astronauts wrap up 199-day mission. How to watch longest partial lunar eclipse. Environmentalists fight to protect peat bogs essential to balancing carbon emissions. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu to run for re-election, skips race for U.S. Senate. Louisville police officer fired for shooting Breonna Taylor fighting to get his job back. Dallas prosecutors drop murder case against man accused of killing 22-year-old black trans woman. Houston fire chief says Travis Scott should have stopped Astroworld performance before show got deadly. AOC hits back at creepy GOP lawmaker who posted anime of her death on Twitter. Bus with 29 students on board crashes into creek in Pennsylvania. Quantum leap star Dean Stockwell dead at 85. Drake breaks silence on devastating tragedy at Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival. Travis Scott to pay funeral costs for Astroworld victims. The following headlines are from military.com. Metallurgist admits faking steel test results for Navy subs. Taiwan says China seeking to degrade its military and morale. Not on my watch, War Remembrance Tourism fights for life. Troops with family trapped in Afghanistan get extraction help offer from Pentagon. White House, Congress clash over how to combat extremism in the military. Military surgeons are losing medical skills, study says. Could off-base care be why? Mexico's army stands between gangs, enforcing turf divisions. Veterans Day parades make a comeback, but COVID is still holding some cities off. Artillery Command is the latest unit relaunch for growing Europe mission. France flexes muscle, puts warship in Eastern Mediterranean. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. As prosecution winds down its case, will Kyle Rittenhouse take the stand in his own defense? Salvation Army's Red Kettles return for the season equipped with Venmo, PayPal donation options for the first time. It's so frustrating, Xfinity users face aggravation as internet outage affects Chicago area, multiple states. Daywatch, Chicago reopens to international tourists. Lone survivor in Rittenhouse shooting acknowledges unholstering his gun. Bears lose wild game in Pittsburgh. Column, could Biden's infrastructure bill fix real problems instead of fake ones? Yes, it's an outrage. No bail for man accused of shooting Bensenville police officer 8 times during domestic call. More Chicago police officers are complying with vaccination status reporting, but fewer are vaccinated. Families remember best friends Jacob Jurinek and Franco Patino from Naperville who died at Astroworld. Governor J.B. Pritzker signs measure aimed at closing loophole that could allow people to skirt workplace vaccine mandates. Lone survivor in Kyle Rittenhouse shooting acknowledges unholstering his own gun, worrying about teen safety. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Ditching fossil fuels will have immediate health benefits for millions, and world leaders must seize the chance. New emissions pledges barely affect global heating, UN. Owl habitat cuts by Trump appointees used faulty science. Facebook, the metaverse and the monetization of higher education. Unearthing the cause of slow seismic waves in subduction zones. Irrigation, water management play key roles in smoothing drought impacts. New report provides a comprehensive outlook on climate resilience of Massachusetts municipalities. Do Europeans think social media is harmful? Keeping track of rare mountaintop plants with drones. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, November 9th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. 12 fascinating facts about Galileo Galilei. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. New charges filed against jailed U.S. journalists in Myanmar. Still 5 months away, Harry Higgs has the Masters on his mind. Boeing planes still just trickling out to customers, latest figures show. Police, Tennessee officer kills woman who pointed gun. Weather updates, heavy rain, strong winds, power outages in Seattle area. Nakashima dominates first match of next-gen finals. Myanmar court sentences arrested politicians to 75-90 years. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Photos, Steph Curry's 50-point outburst leads Warriors to win over Hawks. Son arrested in Walnut Creek stabbing death of his mother. I'm tired of being treated like this, Oakland A's season ticket holders revolt after hiked prices. Dean Stockwell dies, actor in Quantum Leap, Blue Velvet. Pac-12 football, coaching hot seat updates and the potential for massive turnover at the top. QB power rankings, Aaron Rodgers has got it all figured out. Protein-based Novavax coronavirus vaccine simple and a likely pandemic game changer. Raiders cut 2020 first-rounder Damon Arnett over social media post. Hells Angels member shot with projectile sues over police use of force during 2019 raid. Play finds humor in French Revolution's reign of terror. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Obama leaves audience scratching heads over gaffes at Scotland summit. Max Cleland dies, senator and veteran lost limbs in Vietnam. Mitch McConnell praises infrastructure bill as godsend for Kentucky. Sick behavior, Twitter flags Rep. Paul Gosar's violent anime video. VP Kamala Harris lands in Paris to reinforce French ties, her own standing. Unknown soldier hits century mark with tributes, questions, as important now as it was then. U.S. Holocaust Museum says China boosting UIR repression. General Electric to split into 3 public companies. J.B. Pritzker, Illinois governor, signs COVID vaccine amendment to right of conscience law. Franklin Graham has heart surgery at Mayo Clinic. The next headlines are from The Intercept. North Carolina appeals courts have never found that prosecutors discriminated against black jurors. 2 cases could change that. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Xfinity blames network issue for massive internet outage in Chicago area and across several states. Widespread Comcast internet outage hit Chicago, other cities. Chicago schools should require the COVID-19 vaccine for students. Dean Stockwell, starred in Quantum Leap, married to the mob, dies at 85. Mexican army stops fighting drug cartels in western Mexico, tries instead to just keep them apart. 2-year-old boy hurt, man wounded in arm in South Austin shooting. A really big muskie from the Fox River, big enough to earn Fish of the Week honors. Dear Abby, I don't dare watch TV or talk on phone while wife works at home. Bears rookie Tevin Jenkins inching closer to a return. Belfast, Kenneth Brown now makes a masterful memoir of his tumultuous Irish boyhood. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Rohit Sharma named new T20I captain, Kohli, Bumrah rested for NZ series. Kisan Mahapanchayat to be held Lucknow on November 22, Tikayat. Punjab elections, how Amarinder may play spoils port for Kong. Punjab CM exceeds to Sidhu's demand, removes AG. E-Time Celeb Tracker, today's 20 best celeb moments. Fadnavis says Malik has links with Underworld. Novak Djokovic and his wife are the epitome of couple goals. T20 World Cup, the financial fallout of India's early exit. How successful was Team India in the Kohli Shastri era? Media parts report triggers BJP Kong political slugfest. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, November 9, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The Houston Press is sold. Last night, Tame Impala at White Oak. Astros make 5-year, $160 million offer to Carlos Correa. Things to do, Black Star Kids, White Oak Music Hall, November 15, 2021. Should he stay or should he go? Do the Astros go hard for Correa or not? Things to do, see Phil Lynott songs for While I'm Away. Don't put your Christmas lights up backwards. Multiple plaintiffs will be filing suit in the Astroworld tragedy. Preview, Alabama at the Toyota Center November 7, 2021. Dolphins take down Texans in turnover-laden affair, 17-9. The next headlines are about world records making news. 105-year-old Louisiana woman, Julia Hawkins, sets world record in running, news on 6. Bay Village boy breaks BMX world record for youngest to do a backflip, Cleveland.com. 5 things to know for November 9th, Capitol riot, Astroworld, climate, COVID-19, Belarus, CNN. NSB skydiver who died attempting world record jump is remembered for adventures, kindness, Yahoo News. Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season 2021 sets 2 Guinness World Records, about her. Top Korean soloist BTS Jungkook smashes Spotify World Record, HITC. Vidarbha bowler Karnawar makes T20 World Record, the Hitavita. Paul Tranieri hits European record in 800 free, but unratified mark still stands, swim. Svensson sets 5-game record on way to topping IBF Super World Championships, Insid at the Games.Bees. This Alberta museum now has 5 world records for their Jurassic-sized collection of fossils, Curiosity. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. RIP Dean Stockwell, Quantum Leap's beloved Al. NASA's Parker Solar Probe is getting absolutely clobbered by dust. Vegan Huggies of Glasgow, ranked. How the American oil and gas industry funds the Fulbright program. GE breaking up into 3 separate public business. 8 ways to justify spending $800 on Lego's massive new Star Wars ADAS set. This aesthetic keyboard is cute for TikTok, hard for typing. Updates from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Supergirl, and more. The fast fashion industry could drown itself. Now Qualcomm wants to help build the metaverse. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Shavia in Mozambique at 124.52 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 65.92 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 54.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. U.S. charges Ukrainian and Russian nationals over ransomware attacks. Logitech Pop Mouse Review, emoji button needs colorful simplicity. NASA stalwart Mars helicopter is back and better than ever. How to reduce our carbon footprint. Crew Dragon lands safely, despite one parachute inflating slowly. Updated. What the physics of crowds can tell us about the tragic deaths at Astroworld. Rodgers is wrong. NFL says league docs never talked to him about vaccine. A brief love letter to Xbox's new colorful, cool-looking Forza gamepad. Hacking group says it has found encryption keys needed to unlock the PS5. Biden's historic $65 billion broadband plan approved by Congress. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump's personnel chief hired influencers, then targeted government aid for liking Taylor Swift post, new book. Mark Meadows flips out at communist Republican fundraisers in tirade over Biden's infrastructure bill. NRA chief blurted out in a meeting he was afraid he was going to jail, new book. Kellyanne Conway slammed for claiming there was no supply chain crisis under Trump. The nuts are being normalized. CNN host pins rise in violence directly on GOP lawmakers. Mitch McConnell, Biden's infrastructure bill is a godsend for Kentucky. Legal expert, if Rittenhouse testifies it's going to be a disaster for the defense. Wayne LaPierre was brutally mocked within the NRA and his friends looked on in horror as he was manipulated, new book. DHS officials legitimately worried Trump appointee would come and kill us in wild mood swing, new book. GOP silence on Paul Gosar's violent AOC fantasies undercuts their legitimacy on women's issues, Southeast Cup. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Oklahoma utility seeks $1,400 consumer exit fee to swap gas for electric. Gun violence in America could soon get worse. Fast food companies have one easy trick for avoiding liability for sexual harassment. Now, workers are walking out. In the middle of infrastructure talks, Joe Manchin has pursued a book deal. The city's recycled wastewater is too pure to actually drink. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Why are we still searching for intelligent alien life? Space.com. Opinion: the rough road to the $1 trillion bill, the New York Times. Lost in Space-Time newsletter, will a twisted universe save cosmology? New Scientist. 18 warm-up activities to engage students before they read non-fiction texts, the New York Times. How to announce the discovery of extraterrestrial life, and be taken seriously, Air and Space magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Listening to favorite music improves brain plasticity, cognitive performance of Alzheimer's patients, Medical Express. Australian therapists could soon be given shrooms to better treat anxiety patients, screenshot. What Paul McCartney's The Lyrics can teach us about harnessing our creativity, Philippine-Canadian Inquirer. Materials advancement accelerates the realization of AI technology, Eureka Alert. The Agile Brain, what is neuroplasticity and how we can use it to our advantage, Entrepreneur. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, November 9, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. So you think you found aliens, now what? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, November 9, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.